Sound Candy Talk Live News. Tunaingia vijijini, mijini na hata jijini kukuletea taarifa mchana kutwa. Usiku tunaketi kitako, tunadadavua tukichanganua taarifa na makala muhimu yanayokuhusu wewe na familia yako. Ungana na Bernard Ngozi kwenye Open Forum Political Show kuanzia saa 4 usiku hadi dakika zake kila siku ya wiki kwenye
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome for Sound Can Talk Political Open Forum show, the show that gives us the opportunity to understand our nation and to understand where the direction of our nation is taking to. I want to welcome you all. Feel free and feel a part and parcel of this as we are having the great conversation tonight. I'm your host, Naisha Dizo, and I'll be joining up with other panelists as we are checking out what's happening in the political front of our nation. Today we'll be continuing the conversation was of yesterday, whereby we'll be checking on the political front of the bad or the good and the trust about our nation. So we'll checking about the 3 things that are being hiding out: the good, bad, ugly, and the truth. That's what we think. We will be checking all out 1 to 8. I want to welcome you all. Feel free and feel part and parcel of it as we are having the great conversation tonight, making everything clear and making everything to come to perspective. I want to welcome you all. Feel free and join up us as we have this great conversation. So today we're having the conversation that divided to the 3 segments. That why are we getting the updates, and then we get the other forum of the end things that are other things that are happening today. A lot is happening today, and today we're having a lot of Kenyans inside the building so that we can help out to understand what's moving on. So for those who are joining up us, please join up using the link on the comment section. Click it can allow Stimigate to configure your camera and your audio too, so that you can come into the studio and we can have the conversation tonight. I want to welcome you all. Feel free and feel part and parcel of this as we are joining up the journey together. So please join up and be the amazing guest.
You are watching Sound Candy Talk Live.
Welcome back. Thank you for those who are joining up. Thank you for those who are inviting somebody to join and be part and parcel of this as we are having the conversation tonight. And the conversation tonight is what's our politics? What do you think about our politics? Today I've seen Raila Odinga speaking all about the story of this not supporting the UDA or the Kenya Kwanza during the 2027. The ODM will be beginning or really giving their own candidate who will be standing up for the vying of the president in 2027. But that I was also speaking about the storyline because back then, Kimani Chungwa spoke of something back in 2 years ago, saying that this is not all about Raila supporting Kenya Kwanza, but Raila has a motive over it. Again, checking out the story when Ruto Kenya Kwanza, Ruto speaking all about the story that he's saying that Raila is joining up with Ruto. Raila is checking up with the Uhuru so that they can benefit from it. We're checking also that and checking other updates too, so that we can know where the nation is going on, where the nation is started, and where the battle started. But before we roll up, the matter of the day, so mostly let's sell up with the story of Raila Odinga, that speech today. This is how it went.
Let's talk about a bit of politics now. And ODM leader Raila Odinga has opened up on the behind-the-scenes activities that he says forced him to make a deal with the Kenya Kwanza government to prevent the country from descending into chaos during the Gen Z-led protests in June last year, saying that the military was on standby to take over. Speaking when he chaired an ODM parliamentary group meeting in Machakos County today, Odinga also dismissed claims that the party was not fielding a candidate in the 2027 presidential race. Emmanuel To has the details.
He has yet again lifted the lead on the activities that preceded his broad-based deal with President William Ruto. ODM leader Raila Odinga, who convened a parliamentary group meeting of the ODM legislators in the National Assembly Tuesday, saying the military was on standby for orders should the Anti-Finance Bill 2024 demos have continued.
We were very much almost on the precipice, because as you see, after so many days of demonstrations, you saw that eventually the military were on the streets. And they were on the streets, of course, they were fairly civil to the Wananchi at that time. But that was because they had not been given instructions.
Odinga saying he had to do what he had to do to steady the ship that was staring at collapse.
Once the military are given instructions, they execute. And we are almost there. We're almost there. So he said it's better to have a country that is civil, where leadership can be replaced through the ballot rather than through the bullets.
The former Prime Minister defending some of the controversial Kenya Kwanza decisions that he says are beneficial to the country, starting with the Adani JKIA deal.
So Kigali is going to be the hub in this region, no, not Nairobi, because of noise being made by other parties which were also interested in doing what Adani was supposed to do and paying people down under the table to make noise every day in the newspapers. Shame on them.
And the planned takeover of the Kenya Pipeline Corporation.
It's an idle asset. Sell it so that you get money instead of going to borrow. I want to sell the shares of Safaricom. Why not?
Odinga also dismissing speculation that the Orange Party may not field a candidate in the 2027 presidential race.
Who's told you that ODM will not have a candidate in 2027? Who has told you? You have not passed any resolution as a party to say how we're going to go into the election of 2027. So wherever you are, don't commit the party to some things which have not been discussed.
Issue on politics, refer to Baba's speech. Issue on broad-based government, refer to Baba's speech. If you are in doubt, refer to Baba's speech. And if you want to know more, refer to Baba's speech.
Raila then turned the heat on those in the party opposed to the broad-based arrangement with the Kenya Kwanza administration.
In times like this, it is possible to be lost in competing campaigns or populism and forget that leading means making decisions that may sometimes invite booing instead of cheers.
Emmanuel To, Citizen TV.
This is what has opened earlier today that has bring everything to this. standstill and our nation to the standstill right now. Everyone is speaking all about it. But we'll also listen from you. What do you speak about the statement? Do you think that Baba has put everything clear, or we still have the doubts, or we still have the confrontation of the people who are not believing to it? Then they are saying it. If you're not believing it, please prove to Baba's speech. Refers to Baba's speech. That's what? Now that's me saying. If you are doubting, it refers to Baba's speech. So I would want to hear from you and also listen from your opinions too. What do you think about Baba's speech? Because these things goes not just go from right now. These things are how it started like this.
In other news, the Kenya Kwanza Alliance has blamed the country's economic woes on the handshake between President Uhuru Kenyatta and Azimio la Umoja presidential candidate Raila Odinga. The leaders claimed the handshake derailed all measures put in place to insulate and address the turmoil visited on the country. Sam Ogina reports that Kenya Kwanza has warned a vote to the Azimio la Umoja coalition is a vote to continue with the status quo.
Deputy President William Ruto led the Kenya Kwanza campaigns at the coast. DP Ruto toured Taita Taveta, Kwale and Mombasa counties on the first day of his 3-day campaign tour of the region. This as ANC party leader Musalia Mudavadi led the team in Lamu County with Ford Kenya party leader and Bungoma Senator Moses Wetangula in Tana River County.
Arambe! Arambe!
With 1.96 million registered voters in the 6 coastal counties, the alliance is keen to wrestle control of the region from the grips of Azimio presidential candidate Raila Odinga. The alliance leadership blamed the current economic situation on the handshake.
Ile maendeleo na miradi ambayo Mheshimiwa William Ruto ameongea ambayo ilifanyika hapa Kwale, ilifanyika during the first term ya Jubilee, wakati William Ruto alikuwa kwa serikali. Ndio barabara ya kutoka Samburu kwenda Kinango ikajengwa. Ndio pesa ya ile dam ya Mwache ikapatikana. Kwa hivyo ile kazi ambayo tunajivunilia hapa Kwale, hapa Pwani na Kenya nzima, ni ile kazi ilifanywa wakati William Ruto alikuwa kwa serikali ya Jubilee.
Si tunaisha watu wangu? Lakini msifikiri ya kwamba hizi vitu zimepanda tu kwa bahati mbaya. Ni maksudi. Hawa jamaa wamepanga kwa sababu wanatengeneza pesa. Ni maksudi, wameharibu serikali, wakaharibu mipango kwa sababu ya mambo ya handshake na BBI, ndio unateseka hapa hivi leo.
Mimi nataka niwaulize, kwa miaka 4.5 si tumekuwa na serikali ya handshake? Si Raila amekuwa akiendesha serikali na Uhuru Kenyatta? Si walisema mimi sina maana? Saa hii si mambo imeharibika? Si njaa ndio hii? Si ajira imekosa? Watembee wasitembee.
45 days to the general election, the Kenya Kwanza Alliance is warning that voting for the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance was a continuation of the status quo.
Sasa mimi nataka niulize wewe, kama kitendawili rais mwenyewe ametuambia ati mshauri wake mkuu kwa miaka 4 iliyopita ni bwana kitendawili, na kama ushauri wa kitendawili ndio imetufikisha hapa mahali unga ni shilingi 200 kwa kilo 2, huyo kitendawili anafaa hata kupatiwa dakika 1 ya kuongoza mahali popote? Na wauliza jameni, si tuambiane ukweli ama namna gani? Si mmesikia rais akisema ati huyu mtu amekuwa akimshauri? Sasa alikuwa anamshauri aongeze bei ya unga.
Ukimpigia Mheshimiwa Ruto, ile miradi yote ambayo imekwama itaweza kuendelea, na bandari ya Mombasa itafanya kazi kama kawaida. Hapa mradi wa Mzima tu utapatikana. Ni kweli au si kweli? Hata vyeti zingine za shamba zimekwama hapa, hizo pia Mheshimiwa Ruto tumekubaliana. Ile shida yoyote ya mashamba haitafanywa kwa ahadi za barabarani.
The reversal of the port from Nairobi and Naivasha and government acquisition of land to settle squatters, also key points made by the Ruto team Kenya Kwanza.
Bottom, wapu watu wa bottom up hapa, nione watu wa bottom up.
ANC party leader Musalia Mudavadi led the Lamu Economic Forum. With 81,000 votes up for grabs in the forthcoming general election, the Kenya Kwanza leaders here projected the alliance as the only outfit with the people's best interest at heart.
Kwanza tulisikia kule upande wa Marsabit na hata hapa. Bado kuna assistant chiefs na chiefs wanashurutishwa ati hawa wapigie kuzimia ama Azimio campaign. Sisi tunataka tuambie hawa jamaa, muache vitisho, wacha wa Kenya waamue viongozi wao bila kushurutishwa.
Kwa sababu manifesto ambayo tunatengeneza kama Kenya Kwanza sio manifesto ya viongozi. Tunataka manifesto ya watu ambao ni wana Kenya, sababu Kenya ni yetu sisi wote.
Hiyo tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8 tumpigie kura Mheshimiwa William Samoei Ruto. Manake akiingia Ruto niingie na mimi, muone vile mambo tutakapokuwa badilishia.
With over 1.9 million registered voters from the 6 coastal region counties, DP Ruto is projecting himself as a darling of the region. The Deputy President promising to fix water issues and the historical land injustices in the region. Sam Ogina, Citizen TV in Samburu, Kwale County.
That's how the battle began. And the battle continued, piling up for this, it's ending like this. That's why I don't know where our nation is going, because our politics is so controversial. The way you think it is not the way it is, the way it's other ways around. So then we also are seeing Ruto and Raila together, and then Raila saying that it is not joining up with Ruto for 2027. But with that one, you see Kimani Chungwa complaining on Raila. This is what Kimani Ichung'wah said.
National Assembly Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah has hit out at Azimio leader Raila Odinga, terming his rejection of the IEBC Amendment Bill of 2022 as hypocritical. Odinga and his allies have vehemently opposed the bill that guides the composition of the selection panel that will interview and propose new commissioners to the electoral body, alleging that President William Ruto intends to install a Kenya Kwanza-friendly commission. Well, could the bill that was first drafted at the height of the political cooperation deal between Odinga and former President Uhuru Kenyatta now come to haunt the Azimio principle? NTV Sydney Chazima begins our coverage tonight.
Yet another political showdown looms over the reconstitution of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission (IEBC), which has been left vacant after the resignation of 4 commissioners and the retirement of 3 others. The new bone of contention now being the IEBC Amendment Bill of 2022, signed into law by President William Ruto.
Ile sheria Ruto ameleta kwa bunge juzi, akanunua wajumbe wengine pande ile, tumekataa na tuwezi kukubali.
We shall not allow you to form a Ruto Electoral Commission. Hata ukijaribu kuchagua, tutaifurusha.
National Assembly Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah has laughed off the claims, claiming that Odinga was at the center of the formation of that bill.
The law in question, the law Raila Odinga purports to be rejecting, he was the architect, he was the author, and almost the drafter. Him and President Uhuru Kenyatta. They are the ones who enacted that law.
The IEBC Amendment Bill of 2022 was first declared unconstitutional by Justice Anthony Mrima, who cited that political influence would thrive at the IEBC should the Parliamentary Service Commission be awarded 4 slots to the selection panel. The amended bill moved by Ichung'wah reduced the number of slots for the Parliamentary Service Commission to 2.
The only thing the current parliament has done is to amend a very small section of that law, which was declared unconstitutional by the courts. That's the only tinkering we did with that law that was enacted under the handshake regime. Therefore, if Raila Odinga wanted to reject that law, he should have rejected it when they were drafting with Uhuru Kenyatta.
Other parties, including the Political Parties Liaison Committee, the Public Service Commission, and the Law Society of Kenya, will each nominate 1 member to the panel. But Azimio allied leaders are threatening to cripple the composition of the selection panel.
I am asking the Law Society of Kenya not to nominate anyone to that panel kwa sababu watakuwa wanashiriki ukora.
Late last year, Azimio allied MPs walked out of parliament in protest after the proposals to amend the law were brought to the floor of the House.
This House cannot be a party to draconian tendencies. We cannot contribute to turning this country to the dark old days.
Odinga is now calling for consultations while proposing for the formation of devolved electoral bodies. Could this be too little, too late?
I don't know how you reject a law that has been assented to. All ODM members of parliament were in the House when the IEBC amendment bill was passed by the House. They sat in the Senate when it was passed by the Senate. I do not remember or recall any member of the ODM party objecting to the amendments that were passed either in the National Assembly or in the Senate.
Even as the political chatter continues, the bill signed into law by the president on January 23rd is now in force after the 14-day window elapsed, setting in motion the composition of the all-important IEBC selection panel. Sydney Chazima, NTV.
This is how the battle has been piling up and the battle has been going on. So what's your views? What's that? I want to listen from Kenyans too, so that I can know also your opinions too. For those on the comment section, I really want to appreciate you. On the comment section, I've been tuned with one amazing person called Issa saying good evening, and all of you, thank you. And also we have the link to join up the show, and also on Facebook we have followers who are following us from Team Facebook. Team Facebook, please tell me here where you're getting me from, and be good so that we can have the analysis together as we've been moving on swiftly. I want to take you one to the street today and give you what the Kenyans from the street are saying concerning our nation. This is what's happening on the street.
Don Rogers Kirochi. Today is a big day. Moses Wetangula and Farouk Kibet have been embarrassed badly in Western Kenya. Sababu inafanya niseme hivi ni kwamba kulikuwa na nominations za UDA candidate pale Malaba constituency. Tunafahamu kwamba Malaba constituency kiti kiliweza kubaki wazi baada ya kumpoteza mbunge Malulu Injendi. Na kuna kijana ya Malulu Injendi anafahamika kama Ryan Malulu. Ryan Malulu ndiye alikuwa preferred candidate wa serikali ya Kenya Kwanza. Alikuwa anapigiwa campaign na Moses Wetangula. Alikuwa anapigiwa campaign na Farouk Kibet. Nataka nikuambie kwamba Farouk Kibet na Moses Wetangula wameshinda pale sana wakikampaign, wakiambia watu wa Malaba kwamba wanapochagua UDA candidate wamchague kijana Ryan Malulu Injendi. Lakini unajua kitu kimoja ambacho tunashinda tukiambia watu hapa kwamba hii serikali ya one term imeweza kupoteza umaarufu. Watu hawapendi hii serikali. Sasa hivi tunapozungumza, jamaa anafahamika kama David Ndakwa ambaye alikuwa na campaign kivyake pia akitafuta ticket ya UDA. Ameweza kumbwaga Ryan Malulu Injendi na ameweza kumtupa nje. Kumaanisha kwamba japo kwamba hiki bado ni chama cha ambacho kinaungwa mkono na serikali, lakini yule preferred candidate wa serikali watu wa Malava wameweza kumtema nje. Yule ambaye amechukua hiyo ticket anafahamika kama David Ndakwa. Ndiye atashindana na mpinzani wake. Na ikifika, najua sasa, unajua tuambiane tu ukweli. Of course ule jamaa mwenye walikuwa anamtaka ameshindwa. Yule mwenye walikuwa hawamtaki ndiye ameshinda. Sasa yeye ndiye atapeperusha tiketi ya UDA pale Malava. So kina Wetangula na Farouk Kibet, they have got no choice. They have to go there and start campaigning for this candidate ndiye aweze kushinda. Na wakianza kumkampenia, the same fate ambayo imewapata kwa nomination itawapata kwa election ambayo itafanyika November. Kwa hivyo watu wa Western Kenya, they are voting against anybody who is being supported by the government. Na tunasema asante sana watu wa Western kwa kuangaisha hao majamaa. And I can tell you, mark this one. Out of all these by-elections ambazo tuko nazo hapa nchini Kenya, sio ajabu serikali In fact, yenye naona serikali inaweza shinda ni ile ya Baringo, kwa sababu huko ni Rift Valley, na unajua sometimes watu wanaweza amua kusema wataki kuaibisha rais, huenda wakashinda pale, but siko sure. Gideon Moi anaweza pia shinda, na pia there are chances that the government may lose all these by-elections. Kwa hivyo hiyo ni pigo ya kwanza kwa serikali ya Kenya Kwanza. Na sasa hivi mtu ambaye anaunga Kenya Kwanza serikali, be rest assured kwamba as time goes by, as your popularity is still going down, it will go down, down, down. Mpaka by the time tunafika general election, serikali ya Kenya Kwanza haitakuwa na Wakenya wengi wa kuunga mkono. Leave alone inviting people to State House to give them tea, groundnuts, and some samosa. That one cannot give you votes, my friend. I can tell you, serikali ya Kenya Kwanza imefanya State House imekuwa kama joke. State House imepoteza ladha. It's no longer the State House we used to know. State House imekuwa jumba la mikutano. State House imekuwa jumba la kuhongana watu. State House imekuwa jumba la kupanga kuangamiza wengine kisiasa. Na kazi kama hiyo sio kazi ya State House. Kwa hivyo tunangoja tuone vile by elections zitafanyika mwezi wa November, and I can assure you kwa serikali mambo si mazuri. You know, I'm 100% sure kwamba serikali, which is a consumer of raw intelligence by the intelligence service, they are fully aware that people of Kenya are not with them. That is why they are using other tactics to try and lure people. But it's not working. Haifanyi kazi kabisa. Malava imekuwa ni kielelezo bora. Na kwa hivyo mtazamaji, nataka nikuambie ya kwamba William Ruto na serikali yake hawa ni one term. Hakuna njia ingine. Because mahali wanategemea sana, mahali walikuwa wanategemea sana ni Western, Northeastern. Na pia kuna fununu zinatufikia kwamba candidate wa DCP pale Banisa Ward pale Northeastern ameitwa State House, akapewa pesa, akaambiwa ajitoe kwa kinyang'anyiro, meaning that waliogopa. Hii serikali imeona moto. Asanteni kwa kunitazama. Mimi ni Don Rogers Kiroji, mheshimiwa.
Breaking news. Mumeona ile kitu imeanza kufanyika pale Malava constituency. Nominations zimefanyika jana. Nominations za UDA zimefanyika jana. Na UDA ilikuwa imesimamisha nani? Ryan Njende. Faruku Kibete amefanya ziara karibu 200 pale Malava constituency, anamwaga pesa, ana support Ryan, analeta wabunge kutoka nchi yote iende support Ryan. Na wananchi wa Malava wakaamua nominations. David Ndakwa ambaye ni county minority leader, David Ndakwa ameweza kushinda Ryan Injendi. Ameweza kumshinda na kura zaidi ya 3,000. Huyu ni mtu, Ryan ni ule mtu alikuwa amewekewa mkono na Faruku Kibete. Yani brigade yote ya UDA walikuwa wamesema wako nyuma ya Ryan. Hata nominations walikuwa wanajua Ryan anabeba. Sasa campaign pesa zenye zimeenda pale ni hasara kwa Faruk, hasara kwa Kasongo, aibu kwa Faruk, aibu kwa Kasongo. Yani brigade yote UDA ilikuwa inakanyaga Western Malava kila siku. Aibu ya kwanza imeonekana. Hiyo ni ya kwanza. Bado ya pili na mwisho. Bado ya pili na mwisho. Kwa sababu hiyo by election ndume ni mmoja peke yake sahi. Kufikia sahi ni Seth Panyako. Seth Panyako ndiye anaenda kuchukua kiti cha Malava constituency. Hii ni confirmed. Seth Panyako anaenda kuchukua MP wa Malava constituency. Ryan hakuwa na ground. hajui kuongea, hajui kuongelesha watu, hajui hata lugha yake ya nyumbani, Na hii ndio tabia tulisema, hakuna ati cha baba mtu alikuwa president, mtoto wake lazima akuje akue president. Hakuna kitu kama hiyo. Mtu anauza sera yake. Mtu anauza sera yake, wananchi ndio referee. Wananchi ndio wanasema huyu jamaa alikuwa mtu mzuri sana, tutampatia kura. Huyu jamaa alikuwa anatusaidia maneno na basari. Huyu jamaa amekuwa akitusaidia watoto wetu wakienda shule. Amekuwa akisaidia wale wagonjwa. Seth Panyako ana record. Seth Panyako ana record. Ana record mzuri sana. Na sasa ndio time yake imefika. Kumbuka Seth Panyako sio mara yake ya kwanza kuvai for MP. Hii ni mara yake ya pili. Na time yake ndio hii imefika. So Faruku na Kasongo mushaanguka ya kwanza hiyo. Mjue David Ndakwa hawezi shinda Seth Panyako kwa by election. Hiyo ilikuwa tu kionjo. Wananchi walikuwa wanawaambia Seth Panyako ndio next MP Malava constituency. Aibu kwenu.
By election ya UDA imekuwa moto. Yaani mimi hata nimeshangaa. Jemitei pale Baringo amebeba. Sasa wachana ya Baringo. Ya Baringo achana nayo. Kuna hii sasa ya Malava sasa. Hiyo ndio ilikuwa moto zaidi. Mimi I try to reach out to Injendi, Ryan Injendi. Injendi unampigia simu ashiki. Unajaribu kumtext ashiki, a reply. Nikamwambia mimi kama kijana wa rais, wewe Ryan Injendi, kwa sababu ya kiburi yako utaanguka. Ona sasa, mimi alianguka ati kwa sababu alikuwa anadhani sasa juu anapiga picha hapa na pale. Niliwaambia wananchi wanajua what they want. So Ryan Injendi, hii vitu ipeanangwi. Hii lazima uende kwa wananchi. Si ati kupigwa picha na Faruku Kibet, unakuja unatembea pale unarukaruka hapa ati Malava 01. Angalia sasa, I told you uuze manifesto. Uite vijana wa Tuta movement wakuja hapa wakupigie shughuli. Ukakataa. Ryan Injendi, rudi nyumbani ukalime sasa. Siasa za Kenya si za kupatiwa. That's what anaambianga ufala anaitwa Matiang'i. Naambia Matiang'i, siasa za Kenya hakuna kupatiwa, ni kutafuta na kuchukua. Unaona Injendi ameanguka. Matiang'i hata hajaweka hata ajui nini inaendelea Malava, ajui hata ana candidates. Kuna mahali pia ana candidate pia. Chenzi sana, relax. UDA imefanya kazi mzuri. Kwa sababu gani? Imeleta gadgets zile ambazo unapiga kura na hapo. Unabonyeza tu tapa na inaenda kwa portal. Tapa. Sasa unaona Injendi ameanguka. Jemitei ule wa Baringo, kijana mdogo amepita. Amepiga DK nje, amepiga mtu wajamaa wengi huko. Bana. Relax.
Kitu ngumu, election ngumu kama by election. Sasa unaona ile by election ya Malava yenye inakuja. Kila mtu alikuwa anajua Ryan ndiye anapewa certificate ya UDA. Na hii UDA hata wako wametuambia kutakuwa na nominations. So nominations ilifanyika jana. Watu wangu wa nyumbani wakasema hapana. Now sisi hatutakuwa inheritance ya kijana anaitwa Ryan. Yes, tuna appreciate baba yako alikuwa MP wetu. For those years amefanya kazi poa. Lakini sasa alienda, Mungu alimchukua, may soul rest in peace. Sasa saa hii wakati huu sisi tutaamua either kati ya Seth Panyako ama David ya represent. Na nomination ikafanyika na wakaangusha Ryan Injendi. Akiwa ungekuwa unafuata Facebook ama uko Nairobi ama uko Nyeri ama uko party nyingine yenye si Malava, ungekuwa unasema hiyo kiti ni ya Ryan. Ryan anapewa, baba aliluzu mzazi, watu watamfuatia. No. Siasa huwa ifanywe hivyo. Sasa ni ground. Whatever iko perceived online na whatever yenye iko kwa ground, those are two different things. Na so bado usiseme ati sasa ati since David ndiye ameshinda, huyo Ndakwa ameshinda nominations za UDA, Sasa Panyakondi atamshinda juu kunako ka narrative watu wenye wako na Malava constituency waanza kusema hiyo ni walkover kwa Panyako, kwa sababu Panyako of course ndio anajulikana Kenya mzima, like yeye ndiye ako more popular kuliko Ndago kwa Facebook. Na sasa kwa ground inaonekana hata Ryan hakuwa na ground poa.
Wewe ndio itakuja kukuumiza. William Ruto, kwa uchaguzi ya mwaka wa 2013 wa Kenya walikuwa wajinga. Kwa uchaguzi ya mwaka wa 2017 wa Kenya walikuwa na ukabila. Lakini tunashukuru Uhuru Kenyatta alimaliza ukabila na akaondoa ujinga kwa Wakenya. Kila kitu Uhuru Kenyatta alituambia kuhusu wewe William Ruto tumejionea na macho yetu. Na leo tunasema Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, pole mzee, pole mheshimiwa, na pole sana kiongozi, na utusamee. Kwa sababu Mungu alitumia Uhuru Kenyatta, Uhuru akatukataza, Uhuru akatuonya, lakini sisi wa Kenya kichwa ngumu hatukusikia maneno. Leo tunalia, leo tunajuta. Kwa sababu tungesikia Uhuru Kenyatta, leo atungekuwa kwa hii shida yenye tuko ndani. William Ruto, wachana na Rigathi Gachagua. Alikusaidia, alikushikilia, alisimama na wewe na akakuombea mpaka ukakuwa rais. Akakutafutia kura, akakuongezea kura. Na hiyo ujinga ya Rigathi Gachagua yote aliongea na Wakikuyu mpaka Wakikuyu wakakubali kukupigia kura wewe William Ruto kama rais wao. William Ruto, hii maneno umepanga dhidi ya Rigathi Gachagua haitakusaidia. Number 1, umechukua mpaka watu kama kina Amos Mwago, Starehe member of parliament, unawatumia kama jasusi. Huku wanajifanya wako na Rigathi Gachagua, lakini huku kwingine wako na wewe. Wanaenda kwa Rigathi Gachagua, wanachukua information, usiku wakikuja kwa bar wanakunywa pombe Jack Daniels, wanapatia watu wako information, watu wako wanakuletea. Tushajua hiyo. William Ruto, wachana na Rigathi Gachagua. Saa hii umepanga mpaka kutoa wabunge wenye wanajulikana ni watu wako, wamesimama na wewe na wanakusupport wewe na hii serikali yako ya broad based government. Sasa William Ruto is planning a mass exodus. Wabunge watoke kwa serikali wakisema serikali ni mbaya, serikali si mzuri, serikali nini, waende kwa Rigathi Gachagua, waanze kuambia Rigathi Gachagua wewe ndo kusema, wewe ndio kila kitu, tunataka DCP. Alafu tukibakisha miezi 6 to the general election, miezi 3, hawa wabunge wenye walitoka kwa serikali wakikuja kwa Rigathi Gachagua, tena watoke kwa Rigathi Gachagua wakirudi kwa serikali wakisema Rigathi Gachagua ni mkabila, Rigathi Gachagua ni mfisadi, Rigathi Gachagua is a bully, that party is not a party, it is a tribal outfit. Hiyo mchezo yako tumejua. William Ruto, wachana na Rigathi Gachagua. William Ruto, tunajua ambako umeambia regional commissioners, OCPDs, wasikubali askari yoyote ama mtu yoyote apige tear gas ama aende aharibu rally yoyote ya Rigathi Gachagua. Kwa sababu umeamua you want to exhaust Rigathi Gachagua. Unataka Rigathi Gachagua afanye mambo yake, aseme kila kitu, achoke. William Ruto, umepanga mpaka kuanzia mwaka inayokuja 2026 mwezi wa 6, unataka umalize projects zote zenye zimekwama Mount Kenya region. Na uanzishe projects zingine zenye hazikukuwa Mount Kenya region. Alafu ulize Wakikuyu, zile projects zilikuwa zimekwama nimemaliza na nikaanza zingine. Simutaniongeza time nimalize ile kazi nimeanza. Kitu na kuambia Wakikuyu ni wajinga watasema ndio. William Ruto, umeenda Nyanza. Unataka uambie wewe si mkabila, wewe ni Nilot kama wao, utashikana na wao, utafanya kazi na Raila Odinga, uamalizie project na uongezee project zingine, uwashikilie. Umepanga ya kwamba na ukasema kwa meeting fulani ya kwamba Wakenya ni watu huchoka haraka sana. Sasa wacha wapige kelele, wacha waongee, wacha waseme kila kitu, Utaenda tu umalize project 2, 3, 4, alafu uanzishe project 1, 2, 3, Wakenya watasahau na wataanza kusema 10 bila break. William Ruto, kijana mwenye alizaliwa the year 2007, akifika 2027 atakuwa na miaka 20 na atakuwa ni Mkenya mpiga kura. Wewe na Raila Odinga, tunajua ile damu ilimwagika hii Kenya wakati wewe William Ruto na Raila Odinga mulishikana mkitafuta kiti ya urais. Na sasa hivi mmeshikana tena mnatafuta kiti ya urais 2027, na tunajua ile njama uko nayo yenye Wakenya wakikukataa. Tushajua ile mipango uko nayo ya umwagikaji wa damu na uharibifu wa mali. Na William Ruto, ile kadi kubwa unatumia, unataka Wajaluo wachukie wa Kikuyu, unataka Waluya wachukie wa Kikuyu, unataka Wakalenjin wachukie wa Kikuyu. William Ruto, kumbuka, Wakikuyu walikushikilia wakati hukukuwa na rafiki. Wakikuyu walikuombea wakati ulikuwa unaandamwa. Wakikuyu walisimama na wewe kwa sababu kila kitu ulisema wakati wa siasa ilikuwa inakaa ukweli na tena ilikuwa tamu. William Ruto, hata kama unawachukia saa hii kwa sababu wanasema one term, kumbuka kama si Wakikuyu wewe William Ruto haungekuwa rais. Na mimi kama kijana Mjaluo mwenye alisimama na wewe tukakupigia kura, tukapigwa na mawe na Wajaluo wenzetu tukikufuata mpaka ukakuwa rais. Kitu ninakuomba mheshimiwa rais, umekuwa mbunge, umekuwa minister, umekuwa naibu wa rais na umekuwa mpaka rais. Umemaliza miaka yako 5, iba venye unataka, haribu venye unataka, chukua kila kitu yenye unataka. Kitu ninakuomba William Ruto, usiibe kura na usitumie IEBC to overturn the will of the Kenyan people. Usichome hii inchi William Ruto. Hii miaka 5 fanya kila kitu yenye unataka. Iba kila kitu yenye unataka. Na ukishamaliza, maliza na uende. Uachane na Wakenya, wachague rais mwenye wanataka. William Ruto, tafadhali maliza uende.
William Ruto, this is important. Clarify this number of things before 2027. Ndio tuweze kuambiana ukweli. Na Kenyans, mkipata hii ujumbe, make sure you share, you repost, ifike all corners of this continent, ama corners of Kenya. Because I'm wanting to speak or ask Ruto serious questions here as a leader in charge of this country, Kenya. William Ruto, you promised the people of Kenya good governance, good leadership. You have failed the country terribly. Ruto, it is Raila Odinga running government, not you running government. I remember you told us that during Uhuru Kenyatta's tenure that you don't know opposition is the opposition in government or government in opposition. There was confusion. What will you talk about today in the broad-based government? People who trusted you, many of them uliwapatia mgongo, wakaondoka, ukawatema nje. Whether Raila Odinga influenced those decisions, they are outside. You never protected those who supported you. How will they trust you 2027? Hata kama ni hao wengine mnataka kununua waingie kwa serikali yako ya 2027, watakuamini namna gani? Ruto, you promised mama mboga 50 billion. Utapatia market women. No single woman can confirm that he received this amount of money to enable her to run a business or start business or projects. When you were talking about 50 billion, maybe it was enticing the public, because politically, Ruto, you are very intelligent. You lied or convinced the people that you are the right leader in this country, Kenya. Uachana na bwana kitendawili na wale wengine waganga na wala wamjui Mungu. Wewe ulikuwa unamjua Mungu to date. Nothing, absolutely nothing. You have impacted the people of this great republic. Anybody supporting you today is someone who either his sister or brother or himself ama mtoto wake ako kwa hii government ama anafanya biashara na government. Being genuine, realistic, mtu yeyote mwenye ako hapa nje, raia wa kawaida, anaona hakuna kitu umemsaidia kama president wake. Ruto, people trusted you. People believed in you more than another person. When it comes to leadership and governance, you failed countrymen and women. You said mamboga, vijana wa boda boda, na wale wa jua kali ndio wataunda serikali. Today, hata baada ya kuunda serikali, because they voted you overwhelmingly, nobody, someone can say, we knew that young man, we knew that mamamboga, mwenye ako pale kwa ile docket, mwenye ako PS, mwenye ako KRA, mwenye ako hakuna kabisa. And you want to use the same language 2027. Hawa watu when you convince 2022, Mungu amewajalia wako hai. Which language will you use 2027 to convince the same people? In fact, as we speak today, we have seen opulence lifestyle from your members of parliament who are affiliated to your UDA party. Wengine wanaringa kwa wananchi. How can we trust them again come 2027? Ruto, I can state it categorically. The economic empowerments you have been running all through every constituency, those are, I can name them to be political handouts. They are not sustainable. Watu walikula pesa. Imagine, can you imagine, William, as I'm speaking here, from Nyamira County, we have clips circulating that women were given 64 shillings each. How do you call that? Sustainable empowerment? Yes, nunua hata kiberiti, hata sugar 1 kg, hata half kg. Yes, fikai. Is that empowerment? Those who came to State House, many people, you have invited so many Kenyans to State House. I don't understand. Ile State House watu wakifika pale, William, tuambiane ukweli hapa my brother. Watu wakifika pale State House, ile pesa unawapatia inatoka wapi? What if you could have converted that cash, more especially that you gave the people from Gusii community? Kama unge convert that money, you invest in the cancer making center, ile yenye ulikuja kulaunch pale, yenye tena pesa ilitolewa pale almost 300 million. Tumekosa madawa kwa mahospitali in health sector sababu ya ukosefu ya pesa. Kama ungechukua hiyo pesa yenye uliwapatia each 5 million or 6 million, I mean 6,000, 5,000 au 2,000, you convert that cash, urudishe pale uweke pesa kwa madawa kwa hospitali. Sasa umenyanganya watu pesa ya hospitali, pesa ya basic education, ukawapatia kama handouts. You see, it's not sustainable. That's why people are raising alarm. We don't have a future here. It's only in your government, people are saying education is failing. It's in only your government, health sector. There is question marks from the beginning. SHA is not working properly as NHIF used to work. It's in your government, hakuna linda mama. In your government, hakuna kazi kwa vijana, kazi mtaani, hakuna. Ruto, explain me as a Kenyan citizen, the heaven you promised the people on earth during campaign. Hata kupata basic food. Wachana mambo na tertiary whatever needs all such. Food ya kukula is a problem in this country. What if you are given extra 5 years? What's going to happen in this country? You are going to meet a competent team 2027. Issue-based team 2027. People with agenda 2027. Informed generation 2027. The Gen Zs I'm talking about. Even hawa mama mboga wengi kupitia ile uongo ya 2022 wamechanuka to meet you in the ballot 2027. Let me tell you the truth because many people may not tell you. William, I can state it and I can confirm. I was in your campaigns. I supported you. You convinced me and I believe the Ruto can change. Like you convinced doctors, lawyers, wanasheria, you convinced the teachers, pastors, the clergy, and ordinary citizens, including university students, mpaka maprofessor. What you were convinced that Ruto can change the country. People trusted you. If I were you, actually I was to prove a point. Today, I'm telling you, ulifieka watu wako wote. Some of them we know who are very competent. Uliwafieka wote wakaenda nyumbani. How do we trust? Hata kama mwenye yako kusupport, akisikia ulifieka watu namna hii, ikifika 2027, do you expect someone to believe, trust you? So meet the crowd, meet the people of Kenya. No amount of lies will change the thinking of these Kenyans. No amount of convince, even if you associate with yourself with Raila Odinga, Odinga will not help you. You see today Odinga ametoroka. Ameenda Dubai for vacation na familia yake. Ndio associate na wewe. Ulioshaona Raila Odinga wakati wa handshake ya Uhuru Kenyatta akitoroka alikuwa anaenda ana launch projects na Uhuru Kenyatta across the country. Wewe Raila ame launch projects na wewe akiwa kwao Luo Nyanza peke yake. No another part of the country. What does it tell you? Raila himself does not trust you. Raila ameshindwa kugather kina watu wake wa ODM wote sababu watu wamerebel, they are resisting your governance. You are a professor in politics but a bad governor, a bad leader. Meet the heart of the people, the wrath of the people. See you.
Na hata William Ruto ni mtu mkorofi sana. Anasema mtu akipigwa risasi ya mguu hawezi kufa. Watoto wapigwa risasi ya mguu. Mimi nilikuwa nauliza mheshimiwa Sifuna. Kama risasi ya mguu haiwezi kuua, si yako na watoto. Si apige yake moja ndio tuone kabisa watoto hawezi kufa. Si namna hiyo. Juzi tena nimesikia ati amesema sasa mtu akipigwa risasi akikufa tunalipa yeye. Ati wewe leta mtoto wako tupige risasi akikufa tulipe yeye. Wewe William Ruto. Si hata wewe kuna watoto. Usipige risasi moja na sisi tutachanga na tutakupatia pesa na tutakupigia makofi. Si namna hiyo. Kama mtu anatakana mtoto wake auliwe ndio ulipwe, si upige yako risasi moja. Ukishapiga risasi na sisi tutachanga. Empowerment, Sifuna utatoa kitu, kabla utatoa kitu, sisi tutatoa kitu na tunalipa yeye kama mtoto anatoshana na pesa. Aende asiende. Mwizi aende asiende. Muaji aende asiende.
That we are saying Ruto must go, and we repeat it, it is true. If you're not able to give and to let us build together the life and the future we want, then that is the formula. And you asked how. It is very simple. We may not wait for 2027 because the revolution will be real. However, you asked when and where are you going? We want to tell you, you are going home, and time will be defined by the response before Saba Saba. And as we end up to tell church, be strong and unite with Kenyans. Be where Kenya is. Don't be intimidated when Murkomen stands to, rebuke you. You are for the people. Kenya is our nation, and all of us, it is up to us to build a united nation together as one people. Thank you very much, and wow.
This is what's going on in Kenya. This is what's cooking on in these 2 days, and I want you to know so that you can be updated and also continue knowing this, what is going on. I'll be just going for a short commercial break, but we are coming back with more. Don't go away. Stay tuned. This is Sound Candid.
Gloria Milimu, KTN.
3 years since President William Ruto took
Marriage is one of life's most monumental decisions. It's not just about the wedding day or the ring. It's about committing your heart, mind, and soul to a lifelong partnership. But here's the big question. Are you really ready? Introducing Are You Marriage Ready? By Bernard Ngozi, a transformative ebook designed to guide you in building a successful and fulfilling union. This essential resource delves deep into personal growth, compatibility assessment, and the true meaning of marriage beyond the fairy tale. Learn how to reflect on your values, develop emotional resilience, and evaluate your relationship to ensure compatibility. This book opened my eyes to areas I needed to work on and helped me see my relationship in a new light. Jessica M. Available now for just $5. Are You Marriage Ready? Is accessible on all major platforms. Don't miss this opportunity to prepare yourself for one of life's most beautiful journeys. Follow the link in the description below to download your copy now. Empower your future. Embrace a fulfilling marriage now.
Thank you and welcome back. This is Talk. I want to wish you all this as you're continuing joining up and have the conversation tonight. But tonight we want to get the conversation at the third level, or that segment that we're having the board of the gang inside the room. So I want to welcome, let us watch this as we are moving on swiftly.
You are watching Sound Candy Talk live. Unatazama Sound Candy Talk live.
Richo, thank you for making time. And right next to him is Honorable Judith Chepkorir Chirchir, the CEC Education, Culture, Library and Social Services. Thank you for making time. Next to her is Honorable Magarer Langat, the CEC for Agriculture, Livestock and Cooperative Management. Thank you for making time. And then last but not least is Honorable Jackson Rop. Yes, CEC Finance and Economic Planning and Head of County Treasury. We've swapped the seats, by the way, so just for the record. And then all the 10 CECs are also with us here. So any question you may have, send it through at Trevor Media at Citizen TV Kenya. Use the hashtag Citizen Monday Report. As usual, we always give back the microphone to the people in the Monday Report, so they'll ask questions as well. But for now, before we get into that, His Excellency, thanks for making time.
Thank you so much.
You're an alumni of Litain School, which has now just been closed indefinitely after the strike and the banning of most of that equipment in the school. Were you aware of this rising tension, and what is your immediate reaction to this?
Thank you, Trevor. And first of all, let me take this opportunity to welcome Citizen team and all of us here to Kericho County, the great county, the green county. First of all, I wish to really express my empathy and even disappointment and condemn the actions that took place at Litain Boys last night. As an alma mater of that great institution, we've seen Litain Boys rising over the years to be a giant school that it is today. But yesterday's event was a huge, monumental disappointment, not only to me, but to the people of Kericho and Kenya, because Litain High School does not only host the student population from Kericho, but it's almost a national institution because students all over. So to the parents, to the community of Litain, teachers, and the students and everybody, I wish to really extend my sympathy to them, and to also take this opportunity as the chair of education to really condemn such acts. Kericho County, as a space, we have witnessed series of strikes, and I'm saying this as the governor and the father of this county, that we have had unimagined schools going on strikes. A case in point is Moiti Girls. Never in history has Moiti Girls ever gone on a strike. We had Kipsigis Girls the other day. We had Cheptenya Boys panning down their dormitory. Polytain Boys was just something else. They panned the entire school. They destabilized all the system. It became chaotic. I hear the boys, invaded teacher staff quarters. They were cooking in the night, and they even attempted to jump through the fence to the girls' school. In girls. So, two quick things as we emphasize and sympathize. I have had an engagement today with the county commander and our security forces. I am very happy and commend them for the work and the steps they have taken. As we talk now, 10 boys have been arrested. You saw in the social media coverage by the CCTV, some were brandishing machetes, some were, carrying knives, which they broke in their store. And I'm happy, and I want to commend the county security team, teach the CCIO and our county commissioner, who have acted with speed. 10 boys have already been apprehended as we speak now. That's the report they have given me. These 10 boys will be able to lead the security team into investigation. As we do so, and it's very important to indicate this, we also want to say that as we condemn this heinous act, it doesn't just stop from there. I am organizing a meeting with the county education team, the county education. I've also reached out to the regional team so that we come and sit down and look into both the systematic administrative problems of the institutions that we're having in Kericho, look into the internal challenges it could be, look into the external challenges that it could be in. And by so doing, it will also help us to get to the deep root of the problem. So Little is among them, but we also go step ahead to take a stock of all our institutions within Kericho County and even Kenya as a whole. As the chair of COG, we still want to call upon the school administration, the board of management, that my advice is that let the board of management read from the same script with the school principals and the school administration and the teachers, so that and the parents, so that we seems to have a concerted effort in making sure that our schools are well kept and they are okay. Even as we look into the bigger discourse, we have said, Trevor, in the past, that what was causing a rampage in our institutions was the fear for exams. We did away with exams, and today people are transiting from one grade to the other one. But we still see unprecedented challenges. So even within COG, which I chair, will be put within my committee to look out with the CS education, which I've spoken to. CS Ogamba, very good minister there, so that we seem to get into this problem, because it is also a moral problem. How do you imagine young men, young boys, riding cows like horses in the night? Those are criminals. In fact, if anyone is saying that the behavior of those children is okay, because I've heard some funny stories that they were denied to watch a game. What is the relationship of a game or a match and bringing down millions of property institutions and riding a cow like a horse? How did they come together?
All right.
These are criminal elements.
We'll keep following up on that. But the moment we advertised that we're coming to Kericho, all the Kenyans who are watching always just remember that you were impeached just a couple of days ago. In fact, just 3 weeks ago. First update, Kericho and Kenyans, the outcome of your impeachment. How has that been received?
Well, we've gone through our share of struggles as a county. We have had our successes we are going to share, and also our loss. This is one of the few governors in Rift Valley that have gone through myriad of challenges since I took over. I was among the first governors in this region to be impeached by the County Assembly of Kericho. That was last year around October. And we were impeached. The threshold was not met. We came back from Senate because the threshold was not met. Just a couple of months ago, I was again impeached, which is a very, very emotional and a very painful process. This time round, the County Assembly decided in their wisdom that because Senate has said they need 32, and they didn't have 32 in the previous impeachment, then they must walk around and figure out something to make 32 votes. So how do they do that? They come in the night, they install gadgets for voting, which when you're voting, it is beginning with some percentage of 6 and something like that one. The intention is not to impeach the governor or just to impeach, but to make sure, because Senate had said we need 32, then we must get 32. And this is why they added one to be 33. What am I trying to say? Impeachment processes in this country, and it's very important to mention this. In the US, for example, which we borrow our constitution heavily from, if you read the US history in their mature dispensation of democracy, not more than 7 governors has been impeached on all that time. In Kenya, it's quite the other way around. Impeachment is 99.9% not about service delivery, but it's about settling political scores. It is about groups of people that come and say, I don't like this governor. I'm not okay with this governor. Or maybe this governor, if it's get there to the future, it can be a problem. So what could be the easiest way to do? Let us impeach this governor.
So this was about settling political scores, according to you.
Let me tell you one.
Nothing to do with abuse of office.
Let me ask
like
you.
The MCs keep saying.
My brother Trevor, let me give you this example. The first impeachment of Governor Dr. Mutai did not meet the threshold, isn't it? Isn't that so? But it forced its way to Senate. The second impeachment was again rejected on the basis that it never met the threat. So who is this person who is so motivated that when he wakes up early in the morning, his intention is just to make sure that whether the process is followed or not, this governor must get to the Senate.
But you're saved on a technicality, but not the intention of the MCAs to kick you out. That intention still exists. How do you intend to make peace with the MCAs?
Let me just finish because this is very important. The process is as good as the content. In some good literature, which I know you are fast with, they always say is that we argue about form and content, right? So the form is as good as the content. So what validates the charges in an impeachment is the number. Because when you say this number has voted and it has met the threshold 2/3, which is given by the same constitution, then it means then that the charges are valid. So when we say that we will ignore the process and go into the content, then speakers in this country will be waking up in the morning, or any other politician will come in the morning and say, since I feel that this governor is guilty, I'll just write and have 32 or whatever number it is worth in that particular assembly and take it to Senate. Let me refer you to the case of Waititu. How was Waititu impeached? There were no numbers. But the system at that time, Uhuru Kenyatta, wanted Waititu out. Before it gets to Senate, he was out. These are the gentleman Songo in Nairobi. The same process. So what I'm saying is that there is a thin line between the issues and the political attachment towards a political process.
So with that same statement, does it mean the system wants you in?
Those are your words.
But you said those are being removed because the system wants them out.
I said Waititu and I say Songo, but I didn't say me.
Okay. How do you intend to make peace, Governor? Because you've mentioned last year there was an attempt, 3 weeks ago there was another attempt. How do you intend to make
one
peace?
Is that indeed I want to be very candid to the nation that impeachment processes disrupt government services. One of the things, and I want to say these MCAs are simply pawns of larger political matrices, of larger political competition. So there is a line of MCAs which perhaps follows maybe a speaker or somebody. Others will be following maybe a senator. Others may be following so and so the governor. So often when this matrix comes in play, the confusion and the mire comes in place, and people then are called into a certain line. Going forward as Kericho County, you see, as a father of the county, even if things happen, you still have the responsibility of keeping the county together to allow for continuity, cohesiveness, and the stability of the county.
And how do you intend to do that?
What I have done already, I have reached out to religious leaders, senior religious leaders in the county. I have also reached up with the leadership of the county assembly, and we have reached out to the Kipsigis Miod, who are actually stakeholders in the county. Already a conversation is in place because we agree that despite our political competition and interests, the county is bigger than all of us. The services that our people require, as what you're having today, is of much more essence than our political pickering and our political, competition for power. And today I can confidently tell the people of Kericho that first of all, we apologize as your top leader in the county on behalf of members of parliament and the MCAs. We apologize that we have let you down, that we have treated you into tensions and uncertainty, but we commit, and I commit as the father of the county, that we are working on a process of bringing everybody together, our senator, our women, our MCAs, so that we all pull in the same direction to actually actualize the promises that we give to our people.
Okay. So as we get into now Kericho issues, what would you say is the proudest achievement for you? What are you most proud of?
Number one, looking back, I've been in office for 3 years, despite all the struggles. We have had our share of political sauna and political challenges here and there. But today, I'm a very broad governor. That last year alone, I changed the lives of 3,600 youth. I came up with an equalizer education program under her ministry. What did we do? You know, fetuses are devolved. So what we did was that we picked 100 children competitively from vulnerable homes, from 100 in the 30 wards of Kericho, to make 3,000 young men and women. We took them to our fetuses, and I partnered with KCB, I partnered with ILOC, and we were able to provide for them as full scholars, you know, paying even a coin, to skill them. So we skilled plumbers, we skilled saloonists, we skilled those in welding, we skilled in tailoring and all that. And last year, Kipchima Murkomen was my guest. We had a colorful ceremony for the first time in Kericho, where we were graduating 3,600 young men and women, and not just graduating them. With our partners, as we graduate them, the one who have studied saloon, we give him the kit to begin a business. The one who have studied tailoring, we give them the tailoring machine to begin his or her business. The one who has studied welding, and I'm happy and proud when you go to the wards and the villages today, you meet young men and women telling you, this is my saloon. One's telling you, this is my welding shop, and doing all these things, because the unemployment in this country is massive. As we are speaking today, Trevor, this year alone, we're going, because out of our campaign to reach out to the vulnerable, those who dropped out of school, surprisingly, not just who dropped out of school, even university graduates. Last year alone, at Begin Technical Institute, I had one of the students who graduated 2014 with a first-class honors, not second law. You know, you get what I mean. First-class honors in environmental science, and he enrolled to study a diploma, a certificate in electrical engineering. And today he's skilled, he can move around and do his job. For me, that is one of the key things that I'm proud about.
We'll come to more of them. Let me hear what your CEC has to say, Honorable Judith Chirchir, on this, because, you know, ECD is devolved now. So what would you say is the greatest achievement in terms of ECD? Do we still have young children learning under trees in Kericho?
Thank you. Since His Excellency, the governor, took over, we have had massive strides in ECD. First of all, we don't have learners learning under trees. We have managed to construct 100 ECD classrooms that are learner-friendly. We have managed to buy desks and chairs for our ECD learners. We have managed to buy books for our ECD learners. So we don't have ECD learners and learning under trees. We have classrooms that we have built, and also we are renovating those ones that require renovation.
You mentioned 100. How many more do you intend to bring up? What is the target?
We have 900 ECD centers in the country. There are those that are already in use, and since His Excellency came in, we have constructed 100, but we still require about 250 ECD classrooms. Yes.
Let me just clarify for you that one.
Yes.
What we are saying, the learning ratio of a child is supposed to be 1 to 30. In Kericho County, we still have situations. Yes, we have constructed more than 100, and we're targeting to do another 135 to make 235 in this financial year and the next financial year. Because the target is to ensure that in every of the classroom, we get the ratio of 1 to 30. I mean, one student, 30 children to one child. But we still have a challenge because we still have classrooms which are overcrowded, where we have, you know, one teacher manning up to 60 children. And so what Wasili is saying, as we push to have the additional 135, is supposed to work on the gap to have proper ratio and have our children attended in our classrooms.
Let me bring in Honorable Rob on this. Honorable Rob, you're in charge of the Department of Finance and Economic Planning. One of the biggest challenges for counties, and everybody talks about it, this is on-source revenue collection. What is the status of Kericho's on-source revenue collection?
Thank you, Trevor. Kericho County on-source revenue has improved tremendously since His Excellency the Governor, Dr. Eric Mutai, took over. By the time we came in 2022, We were paltry at around 564 million for own source revenue. We have increased to 1,072 million Kenya shillings last financial year. And this is as a result of the automation that His Excellency, the Governor, put in place. We developed our own internal revenue collection system that was done by our ICT team. And this is a system that was tested by its CRA, and we were awarded 76% performance of the system. And we have seen results, because last year we were at 834 million. We started the new system in September 11th of last year. 1 year down the line, we have improved our revenue collection to 1 billion. So meaning the system is working. We have sealed the revenue leakages. And I'm assuring you, and I'm assuring the residents of Kericho, that now that we are cashless, we are no longer receiving cash, we have automated our revenue systems. Our revenue collection will go away in turning around the livelihoods of the people, because the money will be collected, we will budget for the same, and we will put into bigger projects like the SI projects, which His Excellency the Governor has started.
Okay. In terms of projection, what do you see as the ceiling?
This year's projection for revenue.
Yeah, the target is 1 billion, but in the long run?
In the long run, the CRA has already given us a figure of 2 billion. And that was 2 years down the line. Now we are at 1 billion. This year, the 2025-2026 financial year target is 1.5. And we intend to achieve, because last year it was 1.2, and we attained 1 billion. We were short of 220 something million. So this year we want to increase to 1.5 billion. And I believe we will be somewhere near there.
All right. Now let me bring in Honorable Langat on this. Langat, you know, Kericho is known as a top tea producing county, and you're in charge of this agriculture department. What is the status of agriculture in Kericho, apart from just the tea?
Thank you, Trevor. Kericho County is doing very well in agriculture. Yes, apart from tea, we have diversified into other crops, majorly the coffee, and cane, sugarcane. And very recently, we've started the pyrethrum in the upper sides of Londiani. And that is what we intend to focus on in terms of increasing the I would say the base for streams in terms of the agricultural productivity. We have also ventured into other areas, not necessarily within the crop area. For example, people would not imagine that in Kericho we have fish. And I would like you, before you go back to Nairobi, please have a taste of some of the fish from our ponds. So we have about 700 fish farmers in our county, for which since His Excellency Dr. Mutai took over, he has really focused and supported on the fish farming. So we've increased from 200, which is what we picked from the other regime. And basically, the trick is give them fingerlings, give them training, and give them the pellets in terms of the feed to start up this particular activity. We have also ventured into milk. I'm sure you are aware that Kericho County, for example, we produce a lot of milk, by the way, 220 million liters in a year. But these Kalenjin people, they drink a lot of milk. So what is available for sale is only 10%. So we are talking about something 22 million liters to around 30 million liters in a year. And that is sufficient enough for us to even run a value addition factory or industry, which we are basically working on one now under the Kericho District Cooperative Development Union for Kericho Dairy District Development Union, which we are in the advanced stages of acquiring our own processor. So I'm sure in another few months, a year, not less than a year, we'll be having a product that is truly Kericho in terms of milk production.
All right.
I also want to say that coffee has picked up so well this time around. Since His Excellency took over and when I joined government, he has managed to support the Department of Agriculture to distribute over 650,000 seedlings of coffee. Not to mention the seeds. You know, there is a difference. Sometimes we get the seed and we give farmers to be able to germinate them and, you know, use them in terms of expanding the crop. But what the county government has bought for farmers to uptake is 600,000 plus seedlings. This is massive, and that has made Kericho to put its, you know, authority within the Kenyan map. So that recently we were declared the 5th largest producer of coffee in Kenya. And that's a very good achievement for us. I can tell you we managed to sell almost 4.2 million bags of clean coffee or green coffee for those who understand. And that's quite an amount. It's billions of money.
All right. I'll take a quick break here on NSPSI. When we come back, I'll open the floor for questions here. There's a microphone for all the CECs who are seated in front here, and they'll give you a chance to respond to them directly. That's right after this break. Keep your views coming as well online at Trevor Media at Citizen TV Kenya. Use the hashtag Citizen Monday Report. See you in just a bit. ECs in the Kericho County and the Governor, His Excellency Dr. Eric Mutai, the Governor for Kericho. We're taking stock of the state of Kericho County, and we'll ask the people to ask the questions directly to their leaders. But Governor, you wanted to make a clarification on the agriculture session before we take questions.
Yeah, briefly. Number one, as Mheshimiwa Margaret has indicated, we have pushed coffee. When I took over 3 years down the line, coffee was predominantly at Kipkelion West. Today, Kipkelion is the 4 wards of Kipkelion is actively in coffee. The 4 wards of Soin Sigawit, Soliat, Kablelartet, and Sigawit, and Soin are actively in coffee. In Bureti, Kishara wards and the Besonik wards are active in coffee. The reason why we are not number 5 is that we have expanded the base. We've cut in we have employed 30 agricultural station officers, which I employed when I came in, plus our entrepreneurs who have gone out to do outreach to the farmers. As we speak today, Kipkelion is which had no cash crop. They used to rely only on maize. Today we are doing 2 things for them. I have just completed building a miller for them to do value addition for their maize. And we are envisioning in the next few months that we are going to be purchasing a bag of maize between 4,000 to 5,000. This is miller, which is at Kedawa here, and you can see on our way. We're going to support the farmer, buy the maize at around 4,000 to 5,000 per bag. Then we produce our own Kericho unga. At the same site, that factory, we are also going to do feeds for animals to support cows and poultry. And at the same site, we're also going to do uchi to support our children in school. At Bureti, I have just bumped 70 million shillings. And we have tendered out to do complete value addition of our pineapples at the Royal Factory. This is a factory which when I was in nursery, and you can imagine I'm an older man now, it was being talked about. Governments have come. The volume has been there for 10 years. But today, for the first time, we have worked on it. We have allocated 70 million, and already the machines are on their way as per the contractor specifications, and we are going to get that factory running. What I wanted to mention, because I know you're going to give the audience, and probably I will not, maybe, I want to say that Kericho is an agricultural county. It rains 24/7. And the basis for the rural economy, and that is why agriculture is almost 90% developed, is supposed to put money in people's pocket. And that is why, away from these other value chains, I am proud today that Kericho is hosting West Valley Sugar Factory, which is doing value addition of our sugarcane. We have also Gideon Moi working on soybean sugar, which will make 2 factories. Why? Is because the county has provided a conducive environment for investors to do value addition and set up their factories. We are putting widows, we are putting the youth and the vulnerable in boundary value chain. And today, when you go to the rural economy, we've been able to distribute to more than 2,000 households kienyeji chicken, which they are able then to sustain their family and feed their children. But we have a colossal problem in the tea industry, because you see, Kericho is known for tea. Today, as we speak, not only in Kericho, but in the entire of this South Drift region, which includes Bomet, it includes Kisii, it includes Nandi and Nyamira, our prices are still fetching low. We are having a conference which I'm leading as the governor of Kericho County. I have talked with my counterparts, colleague governors, so that we have an auction center in Kericho. This will mean that our prices will go up and be able to get to our people, what consumer rate, because you cannot imagine, Trevor, that an egg, kienyeji egg, and all a kienyeji chicken requires is just food around and a cook just to walk around, nothing much. And an egg is selling in this town at 30 shillings. A kilo of tea, with all the effort the farmer is putting, is 20 shillings. You remove for the person who was harvesting and all that, the farmer goes home with around 7 shillings. So this is a narrative, and I thank the president that one of the things His Excellency the President through our conversation partnership today, His Excellency President William Ruto, we are also replacing the old machines in Litein D factory and Tegad D factory. This will enable us to have new line of machines and push even into Orthodox tea as a way of trying to have global competition. Okay. But before you give to my audience to tell you this, we have mentioned about, you had asked me about our key achievements, and I would just want to share with you in 2 minutes something in health. Today, as the governor of this county, at the Referral Hospital, which was constructed in the year 1969 by the late Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, governments have come, devolution have come. Not even a single stone has been laid in that facility. As we are speaking now, we have almost a brand new facility there. I have removed the asbestos which cause cancer. I have revamped the hospital, and it is now having a semblance of a working, functional referral hospital. Within the same hospital, I am at the 2nd floor now. We are building a non-communicable disease center, which we intend to treat cancer patients in our own county. At Soshiot, Belgood sub-county, our whole sub-county, for a decade, they have only been having a health center. That is the 3rd sub-county with a high population. Today, we are delivering for them 158 million, 2 floors facility. We have built for them two wards. We have built for them theaters. We have equipped them together with my brother, a very wonderful MP of Belgood, called Nelson Songa. We partnered with him. He gave me land because we didn't have land. And within this next year, we are delivering a level 4 facility for the people of Belgood. In Bureti, Cap Cadet Hospital, which only had 1 dialysis machine when I came in. Today, it has 5 dialysis machines. We are building a 58 million hospital at a place called Cheburgei to decongest Cap Cadet Hospital. Rored Hospital, when I came in, it delivered this first cesarean delivery last year. Not to mention that in town here, Kericho, and I want to thank the health professionals of Kericho who are doing a wonderful job. We were able to deliver a successful neurosurgery last year because we had taken our staff for further training and they came back with this knowledge. In Kipkelion, we we are done with Fortenan. We are building a big hospital at Fortena, and we have equipped with X-ray. Same thing to Kipkelion, and parts of Kipkelion is Kunyak, where, and I want to thank the governor of Kisumu, Anyang', who has been a very good neighbor. For a decade, our mothers has been delivering at Nyanza. Yes. Nyanza region, because there are good facilities there. And devolution has been there. Dr. Mutai happened, and today I'm building a 58 million facility at Kunyak there. So the healthcare workers, when I came in, they were stuck.
Yeah.
In fact, they were on contract, trained high-skilled medical professionals. They were in contract earning 15,000 to 20,000. Other counties, when we came to space, we saw governors removing what you call the broom, and sacking and dismissing healthcare on contracts. What did Governor Mutai say? I say, let me build capacity. Instead of sacking or getting them out, I employ them on permanent and pensionable terms. And today, Kenya County is among the countries that has done that. I have increased the healthcare workers. I added 106 healthcare workers just last year. What is the intention? That every of our single dispensary will be manned by at least 2 healthcare workers at a given time, so that we don't have situations where dispensaries are closed from one point to the other one.
All right. Let me give the audience a chance. You painted a very good rosy picture of Kericho. Let's hear what they have. They are the ones who are here and they know where the shoe pinches. Let me start with you over there. You have the microphone. Yes, state your name and the question you have. Sorry, say your name again. Langat. Let's get you a microphone there. Let's get a better microphone there. Lindsay Tafadali, let's get a microphone there. Who has the other microphone? Yes. If you no, your microphone is off. Let's take that one, Tafadali. Yes, let's try that.
Yeah, I'm saying my name is Joseph.
All right. The microphone is help the young man with the microphone. Switch it on, Tafadali. Let's start with you if your microphone is on.
Yes.
Switch this one. Yes, there you go.
Yeah, my name is Josephat Kimutai Langat, and I'm proud the governor has answered my question. I wanted to ask, maybe the CEC has got more input about what the county is doing to enhance or to reduce congestion in high volume facilities. Number 2.
That is the health.
Yes.
Health department.
Yes.
Okay.
So another quick question, the CEC to tell us maybe about this cancer menace that has become a big problem in our county. The services are very expensive and most of our patients are traveling far and wide. So tell us what the county is doing to bring these services close to the people. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Langat. I believe the CEC for Health is here, Dr. David Ekwam. Where's Dr. David? Thank you. We'll get that question. Let's take the next question first. Yes.
Good evening.
Yes.
Just for debate. And my first question goes to the governor of Kericho County and our CEC of Health. I want to bat it because it's also fall under you. So the first one, when are you planning to reopen the Kericho County Referral Hospital? That is after closure for renovation and removal of asbestos. That's point number 1. The common mwananchi over there are asking us, when are you opening the hospital? So Dr. Kwam,
okay.
The second one is the compliment to our governor. Our governor, Dr. Eric Mutai, has done a tremendous work in Kericho County Referral Hospital. Remember, for the first time, we are having a cardiothoracic surgeon. That is on Department of Health. For the first time, we are doing surgeries. For the first time, we are not referring patients to MTRH or KNH for neurosurgical intervention. We are doing here in Kericho County Referral Hospital. It's only that, Trevor, it's late. I could have taken you all around the hospital. It's a beautiful one.
Thank you.
This is a question. So, Ongera, Governor. However, we still have some specialty, especially in terms of doctors, like the urologist, we don't have in Kericho County. Hematologists, name them. There are many. Others, Governor Ongera, who make pillar break.
No campaigns, please. Let's just focus on the questions and go straight to it. Daktari. Okay,
Good
yes,
evening.
sir. Yes.
I'm Mr. Sang. My question goes to the governor. One of the grounds for your impeachment was that you are directing all the works to Chemosot, the word you are coming from. What do you have to say about that? Thank you.
Works to Chemosot. Okay, those are 3 questions. Let's start with the CEC first, and then I'll take the next 3 questions. We've agreed we're taking 3 questions, they get answered, and then we continue so that they're not forgotten. Yes, there's a question from Langat.
My name is Jepon Stephen.
Stephen, that will be the 4th question. Just wait. Let them answer the first 3, and then we'll come to you.
Thank you,
okay?
thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes, Daktari. There was a question from Langat in terms of what you're planning to do to deal with congestion in high-volume areas and the cancer menace as well.
Okay, my name is Dr. Ikwam David. I'm the CEC member for Health Services, County Government of Kericho. On the issue of reducing congestion in hospitals, what we have focused on is disease prevention and health promotion. We have done this through our able community health promoters who are spread across the county. Secondly, we have done deliberate measures to ensure that we have increased the number of dispensaries so that most of our clients are attended at the nearest dispensary. At the same time, we have expanded the range of services that we offer in our health centers, including establishment of maternities and diagnostic services like laboratory and radiological services. So most of the facilities now are able to do X-rays and ultrasound in our health centers. At the same time, deliveries are now being conducted away from the main hospitals. We have one level 5 hospital, the Kericho County Referral Hospital. We have 6 sub-county hospitals. Before 2022, they were actually smaller health centers, and most of them we upgraded them to become proper sub-county hospitals.
Okay. There was an issue of how expensive is when it comes to services on cancer menace.
Yes, what we have done is through the community health promoters, we are able to visit homes and be able to educate the public on the signs and symptoms of cancer. At the same time, we have recruited and also sent our healthcare workers for further training. We actually have more than 10 oncology nurses and 2 clinical officers in oncology. We have sent 2 doctors for postgraduate training in cancer management, and we have 2 medical officers also in the same area.
Dr. Langat's problem was how expensive those services are.
Yes.
Saying that they're very expensive.
Yes, in 2022, with Governor Mutai being at the helm of the county, we were able to begin offering cancer services in Kericho County Referral Hospital. And last year, we also expanded the services to basic oncology services to Kapkatet Sub-County Hospital. That is one way of trying to minimize the unnecessary referrals. Of course, we still have services that we are not able to offer, and that's why in the wisdom of His Excellency the Governor, we are establishing a facility that is worth 350 million at the Kericho County Referral Hospital to stem these unnecessary referrals.
Okay. All right. The rest of the questions are directed to you from Sang, saying works are taken to Chemosot, where you come from, and when will you reopen the Kericho Referral Hospital?
First of all, yes, it was very unfortunate Chemosot was impeached as a word in a very unfair way. I'll say this. When we look into the distribution of county programs, as a governor, the Constitution demands that you run administration that ensures fair, equitable of resources. I'll cite for you because you asked about the grounds for that impeachment. They had said I had done a water project at Chemosot at 21 million. But let me just tell Mr. Sang, at Londiani, which is not Chemosot ward, at a place called Chagorod, where the second of the motions come from, I am doing an 18 million water project in that ward, a water project which is 95% complete now.
Next to his ward called Kedawa Kimogul, I'm also doing Kibrengwe water project at a cost of 17 million to serve the wards of Kedawa Kimogul and Chepseyon wards, where Honorable Rogonyi, my good friend Honorable Rogonyi, who was the motion mover, is coming from. I'm doing Kap Sasur water project, which is the boundary of Kable Larset and Sigawet, where he comes from. The water project is costing us close to 20 million, and it is serving the wards of Kable Larset and also serving the wards of Sigawet, which is in the area. At Kiptere, I have completed a water project. At Kamashan, which is in Kenyan West, I took over a Moriban project, which the contractor had left site. I came in, reviewed the contract framework, did variation, and today the 186 million Kimologit water project is 95% complete. Hidden Moi gave me a place to do a tank for treatment site. And today, if you go to Kamash and people are taking water along the site, I am stretching that same water project to Chiljila Ward. Already there's gone to Murau in Kipkelian Ward. Not just that, at Cap Kures, a water project which was stalled, I came in, did variation, contract variation, added another 30 million, and we are, the contractor is back on site, and we're almost done to that water project. That is in Kip. Okay. At Belgut here, we have extended intentionally water project from the Kimugu treatment site. Today, I have taken that water in history. The people of Society never imagined they were going to get tap water. But as we speak today, I built a very big tank at Kaptoboite, which is just next to Kapsoit Center. I have stretched the water to Society Center to serve the market. I have taken the water to Tabloti, and I have taken into the villages and the neighboring areas. Okay. I am extending now a water project, which I have allocated 108 million, which is I'm picking up from Seretut here. And I'm taking the water project to serve the parts of Seretut, which is the Lower Belgut, Kablutien, and then the other tank will be done at Cheromit, a place called Cheromit. Yeah. And then the other tank now will be done at Kabartega. That water project will be serving parts of Pishara Ward and stretching all the way. While I'm a very generous governor, when I came in, there was a conversation with one of the donors to give the Itare water tank, which is in Bomet, some sense of life. You remember you've been seeing the screens that dispute that there's no water in Litein town. So when I took over, one of the requirements was required was land. Yeah. And I put land worth 14 million shillings in Litein. And today, through the intervention of the president, the World Bank is injecting 2.5 billion Kenya shillings to bring back Itare water tank. Itare will not only serve Bomet, we'll have pathways of water at Saseta, which is in Bomet, yeah. And then we'll be, we have been having dispute of electricity, okay. And we'll have that water serving Bomet, and this water serving parts of Burit. Okay. So
KRH opening,
KRH hospital. Yes, we already functional services are operating.
Yes, Dr.
can answer that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
When is the Kericho Referral Hospital being reopened?
We actually reopened the hospital 2.5 weeks ago. Okay. For outpatient services, and the inpatient services began Monday last week.
Okay. Yes. So it's on now. It's on. Only Bet who's not aware of it. So lack of doctors and urologists, he also said that is also another issue.
Yes, we have the plan. Yeah. We have budget to recruit that. I don't only have a public service board. The names are still at the county assembly. Yeah. They have not approved the names yet. Okay. But the moment I get the names, we intend to add additional doctors in different specialty. Okay. But I just want to mention something that the gentleman has, which is quite very key. Today, we are battling with very high bills cost of hospitals. Yeah. I want to single out, we have, when our people are taken to Greenfield Hospital, for example, within 3-4 days, we're having bills of 2.5 million, 3 million. When others are taken to South Rift here, it is cutting. And the cry for our people is that we need the referral back. So I want to tell the people of Kericho, we heard your cry, and already services have resumed, because people have realized that the government facility you'd go to an oxygen, will do you oxygen, will do you all these things at a very affordable cost. Okay. But when you go to private hospitals, it's getting chaotic. And you see now the private hospitals are rejecting share. I saw you reading that one. Yes. And so the only hope for our people is the government facilities.
Okay.
And we want to convince the people of Kericho that Kericho Referral Hospital is back to, don't mind about the kit, that we are doing the final touches. You can walk to our facility and you'll get services.
Okay. I have to take another quick break. When we come back, we take another set of questions here. It's all about you. Just keep the questions short and the responses also as brief as possible so that we get as many of them as possible. We're back in just a short while.
You are watching Sound Candy Talk live. Unatazama Sound Candy Talk live.
So that's how the Kenya is going, and that's how things are moving in a faster way. So I want to appreciate you for those still joining up, for those are still moving up. We're still checking out what's our Kenya, where is our nation going? Where is our nation heading to? What's happening with our nation? Today I'll bring another phrase that kama uelewi uliza ama confirm kutoka kwa swala ama kwa ile kauli ya baba ambaye amesema leo. So hiyo ndo kauli ameamua kutupea leo. So I wonder, where are we taking this nation to? Today we have seen this, tomorrow we'll see another thing coming up. Please, I want to welcome you. Let us come up, let us come up together. Let us just tell me your views on the comment section too. I will also be reading them briefly. So even we are shutting the windows down for today. But I see Mamo is in the building. Since Mama is in the building, so that he can give us his communion to us, even we are closing up the curtains as you are closing up the windows. Msimamo, hali vipi?
Niko salamu ndugu yangu, nashukuru Mungu. Vipi studio hapo?
Studio tuko salama, tunaangalia tu ambaye anajiri nchini mwetu na poi vile siasa zetu zinaenda zikipenda mbio sana.
Naona umetuchezea nani hapa, nikiingia nilikuwa naona kwenye huo mjadala. Tumekaa muda hapo, hata kidogo nitimke hapa.
Tumekuwa tukicheza huo ndo tuone tujue kwamba ni yapi anasema, manake mengine hapo yanazungumzwa lakini hayana mwelekeo rasmi, anatuacha tukiwa na kizaza.
Kama yapi? Kwa sababu nimeona anajitetea vilivyo huyu gavana, na kusema amefanya ametenga hapa, na ndio siasa ilivyo ya Kenya. Nimetenga hiki, nimetenga pale, nimefanya hapa, itafanya wiki ijayo, ilianza wiki jana. Sasa hiyo ndio hali ya uongozi wa taifa letu, lakini ili mradi wa Kericho wanafaidi na wana uhakika na hayo, na kama kweli gavana linamaanisha pamoja na timu yako pia, hongera, ni wapi hongera. Kama kweli wamepandisha uchumi, wanaweza collect hiyo pesa mingi kwa siku, basi kuna haja ya kuwapa hongera, lakini iwe mwana Kericho ni kweli hayo ambayo yamezungumzwa mazuri anayaona. Maana mimi naangalia tu siasa ya kitaifa. Taifa letu tumeshuhudia masuala kama hayo, tunafungua hapa mradi, tuna lunch hapa tumetenga, lakini mwisho wa siku inakuwa sasa ni ni watu wanajinadi tu kwa media, ionekane kwa media, lakini ile reality kwa mwananchi haipo. So naomba, ni ombi langu kwamba huyu gavana isiwe ni hapa tu kwa media, but media kubwa ni wale wananchi ambao wanawaongoza pale Kericho, kwa kila wadi na kwa kila sehemu ya constituency ya Kericho, waone ile huduma kwamba wana kiongozi. Na hilo pia lingekuwa swafi kama kitaifa, pia tungekuwa tunalishuhudia kwamba badala ya kuona miradi ikinadiwa kwa media, basi media itafute ile miradi yenyewe iwaletee haswa machoni, wananchi waone kweli kazi inafanyika, wala si viongozi kukumbia tu kila siku kwa vyombo vya habari waonekane wako bizi kupanga, wako bizi kufanya hivi, wako bizi kuleta miradi, lakini mwisho wa siku kirudi kwenye reality hakuna. So ni sawasawa tu na kuchukua mzigo kutoka kwa kichwa kuweka kwenye bega na mwili ni huo mmoja. Kwa hivyo media zetu zisiwe tu za kuwekwa kubana mtu, japo tunazishukuru sana kwamba zinatupa kila hali ilivyo, lakini viongozi tusitumie kwamba hiyo ndio silaha pekee yake ya kukwepa reality, kukwepa ukweli, kukwepa hiyo kazi ambayo umeajaliwa nayo kwa ajili ya kuwaongoza wananchi ama katika sehemu fulani ama katika sehemu husika. So hiyo tu ndio ufunguzi wangu kwanza, alafu kama kuna swali lolote pengine kabla
ningependa tu kuuliza tu kabla tutimuke hapa, maanake muda umeyoma sana, na hili swala la Raila Odinga kusema kwamba yeye aliungi ama hungi Kenya Kwanza mkono au kwa uchaguzi ujao, wewe unalionea vipi?
Kwangu mimi naweza nikasema kuna kaunafiki fulani hivi, sababu jambo kama kuna kaunafiki fulani ukisimamia haka kwa serikali, samahani, inakuwa kwangu haliningii masikioni, kwa sababu watu wake ndio wako kule. Tuliona Uparanya, tumeona Joho, tukaona Wandai, Mbadi ya, na sasa tune ya kina Juneti Mohamed, the way imebadilika, wao wako kwa serikali. Labda watuambie lengo kubwa haswa la kuwa kule lilikuwa lipi, kwa sababu hapo ndo wanashindwa kutueleza walienda kwa ajili gani, kwa sababu kuna kauli ndio amelitaja akasemaje,
amelitaja akasema kwamba ili vijana wasiende kuandamana, ndio maana yeye alijiunga na Kenya Kwanza.
Mbona alihofia vijana wasiandamane?
Anasema alikuwa ameona wanajeshi walikuwa karibu kuchukua nchi.
Na kulikuwa na ubaya gani wa jeshi kuchukua nchi? Kwa sababu yote ndiyo mambo alikuwa anayapigania. Tulikuwa tunakosa good governance. Yeye akawa ni mwanamageuzi, ni miongoni mwa mwanamageuzi. So ile hofu walioiacha, na hawa vijana walikuwa hawafanyi jambo kabla hawajatoa taarifa. Huo ndio uzuri, hawa vijana walikuwa na heshima zao zote, wanaitana kama ndugu. Jamani, siku ya Jumatano kuanzia saa fulani tukutaneni kwa sababu ya hili ambalo tunaliendea, mbona kushindikiza serikali? Na kabla wafanye hivyo watakuwa washaanza kutoa taarifa, wafanyi tu vitu hivi. Hofu ilikuwa wapi? Na walikuwa wanatafuna tu ili baba kwa miaka na mikaka na doke zenye alikuwa amekaa amalizie haswa, kwa sababu already walikuwa washaona mapungufu ndani ya serikali yao. Wao ndio wa kwanza kuahidiwa mazuri, kwa sababu Gen Z ndio hao age ya bodaboda, but haikuwa hivyo. Sasa hofu ilikuwa nini? Kwamba ilikuwa taifa linagawanyika aje, na kile ambacho kwa kinazungumziwa na hawa vijana kilikuwa ni mageuzi, na hawamki tu na kuamka tayari twendeni. Watatoa taarifa, watasindikiza kwanza, kama ni bill, hii bill hatuitaki. Hii bill hatuitaki. Vitashindikana kwa sababu kuna wale ambao wako above the law watapitisha. Kisha wakishapitisha, kumbe nyinyi ndio mmeona kwamba hatuwezi fanya lolote kwa sababu you are young, wacha tuingie street. Wakiingia street, wakifika parliament, kosa liko wapi? So huo ndio nafika kakangu Shadizo, ambao nakuambia kwamba hawa watu wako kwa serikali, walikuwa na nia nyingine fiche ile ya kujiunga pale, maybe it does not work, na wanarudi sasa na nia nyingine. Wakati huo ilikuwa ni baba sema left, wakisema right. All Kenyans including myself, kwa nimeenda hapo, baba akisema twende, akisema turudi. Nao imekuja hii mpya ambayo nilikuwa naizungumzia, iliyosikiza Junet. Ukitaka mazuri uliza baba, ukitaka broad-based uliza baba. Hii kauli mimi nimekaa nikifikiria na nikisijapatia jibu mdogo wangu Shadizo, kwamba chochote uliza baba. Kwa nini mbona tusimuulize hata huyo Junet mwenyewe kutokana na hali yake? Mbona tusimuulize yale mambo yanaendelea kule North East ambao ni kwa jamii zake, ni nini mchango wake kuweza kuona kwamba usawa hilo tulimuulize baba. Kwa hawa watu ni kama hii narrative wanatoka kujisafisha, kwa sababu baba yuko na mpango ambao labda unataka kuja sasa. Mfano tu mimi kama natabiri mfano kwamba na imani hawa by 2027 wamejitangaza kwamba watasimamisha ugombezi. So hapa napo kutakuwa na jipi ambalo litakuja kutunganganya kama Wakenya, kwa sababu watatoka spidi mmoja baada ya mwingine, alafu warudi kupondana na kuponti kwamba sisi hatuko kwa serikali, tulikuwa tumeenda kule tu kustabilize our country but we are back on track. So yote haya ni kutuvuruga, yote ni mipango ya wanasiasa. Na ndio maana tangia jana katika huu mjadala nikasema hivi kwamba adui wetu sasa hivi ni hawa wanasiasa ambao wamekaa wanakuta kwamba bila wao hii Kenya haiwezi songa, na ni kitu kibaya. Tumefundisha watoto, kuna watu wameshakomaa, wako na tajriba ya uongozi. Lini watapewa nafasi kama mipango itakuwa hii ambayo siasa inapangwa juu ya meza? Bwana, tusipofanya hapa na huyu tusipomchukua hapa tukampa kazi mahali fulani, yani hii kwa sababu game hii ni ya numbers, kwa hivyo tukisukuma hapa sehemu fulani tukiweka hapa, yani hii iko panga hapa na pale ndio imetusumbua. Kwa sababu Shadizo, kama nakumbuka, ndio zilizokuwa kauli hizo kwamba nitapanga huyu, nitampanga huyu, nitampanga lakini hamjui kwamba watapanganaje haswa. So katika hii hali ni kwamba ODM sidhani ni vizuri, kwa sababu ni chama kongwe, kurudi katika siasa na kuleta mgombezi wao na watuambie yale ambao watakuja nao, lakini Wakenya tusijisahau kwamba hawa ni wanasiasa tu, wanagombana sasa hivi kisha baadaye wanapatana kwamba siasa haina uadui, na Kenya ni kubwa kuliko mtu mmoja, kwa wacha tusonge mbele. So hii ndio racket ya hawa, hatuwezi kwa muda huu, hakuna anaweza ni convince kikamilifu nikakubali, kwa sababu kutokana wamekaa katika hii siasa kwa muda, na wangelitakia mema taifa letu, basi wangefanya ile kazi husika. Kisha mtu anakaa hata miaka 10 akampisha na mwingine, lakini pia vile vile hata kama hatampisha kutengeneza ile njia ya uongozi kwa vijana, yani kwa wale chepukizi ambao wana hamu na ari ya kuweza kulipeka hili taifa ngazi nyingine. Lakini kule kubanwa mbavu, sheria kwamba inapindishwa, ikiwa ni ya mwananchi atasukuma kwa sheria kuitafuta haki yake, ikija sasa juu kwa wanasiasa wataipindisha sheria na kurudi kwa wananchi kusema sisi tunaonewa kwa sababu jamii fulani sisi, unaona. So tumekuwa tukichengeziwa racket, lakini ukuta mkubwa ni sisi wananchi ambao au wanasiasa wana kujificha kunani kwao, yani kujificha kwetu. Unaona, ukuta mkubwa ambao ni uzio ni sisi wananchi, kwa sababu tumegaiwa katika hali ya ukabila kwamba akirudi akisema tunaonewa jamii, sisi tunasimama na wetu, huyo wa kwetu hatuwezi kubali. kutawaka moto kama hatutapata hili na hili na hili. Wa kwanza kucomplain ni sisi. So tumekuwa tukichezwa hii racket. So ODM ina haki ya kama chama kuleta mgombezi wake 2027. Kuna shida. Lakini mimi naona kwamba hii ndoa haitadumu, na kama haitadumu tusifikirie makosana tu. Tuangalie hii mipango inaoacha hizi ndoa hizi hazidumu na hazituletei tija ni nini. Nitaachia hapo kaka yangu, mdogo wangu Shadizo. Asante.
Asante msimamo kwa maoni mazuri, amezidi kusongesha na nazidi kuwashukuru wote ambao mmejiunga na sisi. Naona muda umetupa kisogo, tupatana kesho majaliwa tuweze kulimalizia hili swala na tuweze kuzungumzia pia swala ambalo limeinuka. Na kama nimekisia video kadhaa basi maonesha ghadhabu ya Wakenya kuhusiana na hili swala. Maana sasa Wakenya wameliamulia, wamechoka, wanasema kwamba tumechoka kuyaona haya ambayo mnayazungumza na hamuyatendi, yamewachosha Wakenya. So kwa hivyo nakusi tafadhali tafuta kiongozi, usitafute tu mwanasiasa. Mwanasiasa anafikiria kura zijazo, kiongozi siku zote anafikiria watu wake. Si lazima mimi nitafungasha kwa leo, lakini tupatane kesho ili tuweze kujadiliana kiundani na kiufasaha na kwa utendeti.
You are...
Tunaingia vijijini, mijini na hata jijini kukuletea taarifa mchana kutwa. Usiku tunaketi kitako, tunadadavua tukichanganua taarifa na makala muhimu yanayokuhusu wewe na familia yako. Ungana na Bernard Ngozi kwenye Open Forum Political Show kuanzia saa 4 usiku hadi dakika zake kila siku ya wiki kwenye